All right, so week 4. Welcome to week 4. It is going to be a busy week. We'll share over here. All right. So as you can see, yes, that one's still selected one. So here's the things that you have to do this week. You have the peer review and the peer review worksheet on Wednesday. Or do y'all want to do Wednesday or Thursday? Y'all can't start peer reviewing until Thursday. So we'll just do Thursday. Thursday, I'll hop on here again and do one of these fun, jazzy things. But Thursday, we'll go over how to peer review. Actually, I feel like I've went over this lesson with y'all before as sophomores, but it does not hurt to revisit how to peer review, and we'll talk about the peer review worksheet then. The SEMA website says Chapter 3, and I guess technically you're supposed to read Chapter 3 of Beyond the Blank Page because it talks about evaluation. But your assignment actually calls for Chapter 5, so I just put Chapter 5 up there. And don't worry, I've uploaded all of this information here on this post on Classroom. Then you have to evaluate literacy narratives, and then you have to write your own literacy narrative first draft and do the peer review for that. Peer review. Most of the time, you'll be in a group of 3, you and 2 others, and you'll peer review everybody in your group's essay. So you'll go through the steps that we're going to talk about on Thursday with the other 2 essays, and Moodle will automatically send that back to you or your person that you're doing it for, and you'll get theirs. That way you can use that information to help you out in your essay. This is not your official final essay. This is just to get to a point that you feel comfortable with, or that at least this is just to get your ideas out in the universe. As mentioned before, all good writing starts off with poor first efforts. And so everything that you write at first sucks, but you go back and you revise it, you can make it better. That's what this purpose of this activity is. You don't have to have the full essay done. You do need to have a good chunk of it done. So I'm going to go over here and just click on the assignment. Last night I tried to find it, but I couldn't find it. Hopefully I'll do a little bit better here today, where it talks about the draft length requirements. Let's see. Nope, it talks about sports literacy narratives. Nope. He doesn't include it this time. In the past, he has had a rule that said that you needed to have at least, it was either 2/3 or 3/4, just to be on the safe side. You need to have at least 3/4 of your essay done. Keep in mind, this is a 3 to 5 page essay. So 3/4 of 3 pages. So 3 divided by, or 3 times 0.75. You're looking at a little around 2 pages, 2.5 pages. You gotta have at least 2.5 pages written. I would love for you to have all 3 pages written, because that just makes it a lot easier for you going forward. Even if it's crap that you're adding on at the end, that helps you out at this point. Because if you don't meet that minimum requirement, you won't be able to submit a 3rd draft. And the big part of your essay that will help your grade out the most is being able to submit that 3rd and final draft, because the 2nd draft will be hypercritical on. The official graded draft that you're going to submit to me and to Mr. Wade Christian will be due next Sunday. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. And you can take the feedback that your peers gave you, polish it up, and even go back and revise it a little bit more for yourself to make it a more perfect piece before you submit it for grading purposes. And then both me and him will, if you're in the dual credit class, he'll give you feedback, and I will help explain the feedback for you if you need be. If it's just me, I'll pull you out in the hallway and say, hey, here's what you scored. Here's the things that you need to focus on to help improve your grade on this essay. The 3rd draft of that one, as mentioned before, is going to be due on October 18th. So you'll have a month to kind of get that 3rd draft done and ready, and then submit it. You can submit the 3rd draft anytime between September 28th and October 18th. So you got any of that time to submit that, okay? But the first draft is just to kind of get your words down. You just need to make sure you have the most of the essay done and submit it to your classmates for them to help you peer edit it. And then the 2nd draft is where you really need to have everything done, all the I's dotted and T's crossed. All right, and that's due next Sunday. So let's back up a little bit. Now, if you're still having questions over what to do this over, we'll talk about this assignment, which is also due Wednesday. For the dual credit students, it's a flip grid. I imagine it says something similar to this, maybe a little bit less wordy than what we have it up here, but this is how he presented it last semester. So basically, you have learned about literacy narratives, you've read and you've seen the assignment and rubric. You even have written a draft of your own literacy narrative. Hopefully you have a pretty good grasp on what a literacy narrative is and where you want to go with yours. Let's make sure everyone's on the same page though. Look back at the student written examples, examples that you read in chapter 5 of Beyond the Blank Page a couple weeks ago. You didn't, but you are now. I want you to play teacher here for a bit. Pick 3 essays and compare those essays with the rubric you were given for this essay. What would you rate each of the essays in each of the criteria? Why? Given how you ranked it for each criterion overall, what overall grade do you think it deserves? Why? So you're going to pick 3 essays that you will do this for, and all the essays are here and Beyond the Blank Page. I guess I need to add the rubric here, and I'll add the rubric here once I get off this Zoom call. But here are all the essays. Saturday afternoon, I spent from noon to 3 o'clock just up here cutting these out and making copies, cutting them out, and uploading a digital copy for all of y'all to access. And here it is in all of its glory. Now, you just have to do 3 of these essays. They're from 3 to 5 pages total. So you just kind of go through and pick the 3 essays that you want to do. You read the essay, and then you're going to grade the essay. All right, and the new essay starts right like with this. This is how a new essay will look at the very beginning of each of them. I think there's like maybe 10 total essays in this that you can pick from. But read through these. This will give you an idea. These are CMO students. These were written for EN 100. These were written for this specific assignment, and they got into this book. And so you could use these as mentor texts. Follow kind of the structure they follow. You don't need to copy down their ideas exactly, but you can follow how they present their information. You're supposed to read these and then give a grade for them. And the grade will be based on this rubric down here. So you'll give a grade for focus, organization, development, style, and correctness. Explain why you kind of gave it those grades. And then you're going to explain why you gave it those grades, and then you also need to give it an overall grade and kind of explain why you gave it an overall grade. You do that to 3 of the essays that are on there, and then you'll reply to your classmates' similarities and differences like the last time around. All right? So any questions about that assignment, the evaluating literacy narratives assignment? Those of you on Flipgrid, y'all just need to log on and look at it. I imagine it's going to be similar to the one that you did last week. It just involves you reading the Beyond the Blank Page, which I have uploaded here. That's not on Moodle. Beyond the Blank Page is not on Moodle. It is only on Classroom. It's only under these posts. So if you are a dual credit student, you need to come into Classroom to access this information. The book costs about, I think, $40 if you actually wanted to buy your own physical copy of the book. I usually do this so y'all don't have to worry about that. So you don't have to worry about arranging a time to go up to Cape, go to the bookstore, buy the book, and come back down. I usually just do that one afternoon out of the year. I don't know if they updated Beyond the Blank Page yet, so we're using last year's, hopefully. And honestly, I don't think as long as you like put forth a decent effort and reply to your classmates, he gives you all the points on these assignments. So as long as you do it, I think you'll be fine. First draft is due on Wednesday, as I mentioned. It needs to be at least 3/4 of it, so 2.5 pages. Make sure you at least get to there. Try to get to the full 3 if you can. And yeah, on Thursday we'll talk about peer review. Y'all got any questions for me? As mentioned, if you have no idea what to do, look at these literacy narratives. These are examples that you can use and utilize them and make your essays kind of sound and look like their essays. These are tools for you to use. Utilize them, all right? This is probably the best thing you can do. In order to be better at writing, you have to read, you know? So please go in there and read and all that fun stuff. All right. Since no one else joined me on the Zoom call, I assume that y'all liked the YouTube video. And so we'll just kind of continue to do that. I'll try to host another one of these on Thursday, just in case you don't really understand peer review. But that's if no one shows up. Then again, I guess we'll just continue to post the videos the night before. All right. Peace out. A-Town down, because I said it wrong on the post earlier. So anyway, later.